And welcome back to Flexible Games, where we are playing Minecraft. Working on our automation system in Mechanism. Mechanism is a great mod, and I'm taking things little baby steps at a time so people can get familiar, get a little practice in maybe, and just sort of, become comfortable with the mod. Not an easy feat, to be sure. And coming over here, it's kind of loud, so I try not to stand over there too much. Because we have a bunch of stuff that we need to get going. I got a bunch of infusers in their last episode, right towards the end, so I thought I'd jump right into it today and get those things up and running. So we are going to need, let's do cards. I need some crafting cards. I'm going to get like 10 of these. Ooh, crafting table is not a craft that we have. So let's get that. Allow or dictionary substitutions for many types of wood. And we should be able. I thought for sure I set up that autocraft, but maybe that was a long time ago. Okay, now let's try the crafting, or not capacity, crafting card. Let's get 10 of those. And no crafting CPUs are available. What are we doing? Oh, yes. We are pulverizing the obsidian. So we're going to let that run for a little bit. Let's set up a little recipe first for hardened glass. So this is obsidian. We need 1, 2, 3, 4 of those, and 1 of lead. Gives us, I think, 2 hardened glass. Indeed, it does. So if we look, 4 pulverized obsidian, 1 lead, 2 glass, into the induction smelter you go. So now we have hardened glass. More or less automated for the time being. We're eventually going to expand that system so we can craft many more things. So why don't we work on another CPU? That seems like a limiting factor right now. We only have 1 tiny CPU. So let's look at storage. I wanted to jump into mechanism, but without being able to craft stuff, it's kind of a problem. 1K storage should be very easy. We don't want to use pure Certus quartz. We want to use the regular charged Certus quartz because that's what we're getting most of right now. So I'm not allowing substitutions. So it's going to use charged Certus quartz regardless if it wants to or not. And we are going to put this in here. So we're going to have to put these in here one at a time because each level uses the previous level. Oh, we need some more patterns. Are you done yet? I think, no, pulverizer is not done yet. Let's, what? Quartz glass. Oh, see, we're trying to make this work. And it's just fighting us the whole way. Come on. There we go. Come over here, get this, give me that. Trying to make some more CPUs so we can craft some stuff, and we have to craft some stuff so we can make some more CPUs. Okay, so that's the 4K. Now we need 16K. Good to go. Now we need 64K. This uses a massive amount of resources. So a 64K processor uses 27 1K processors and a lot of these processors. Just be wary of that fact. Okay, so we want 64K crafting storage. Well, the crafting unit is something we're going to want in here. And 64K crafting processor, because why not go big? And we're going to need the coprocessor. We're going to need a lot of these. And of course, that's going to be coprocessor. this stuff here, which is just another engineering circuit. Not cheap to make, by the way. So let's check. It's got 80 left. So while that works, let's see. Export bus. I would like a few of these. This is taking its sweet, sweet time. Yeah, I forgot we're gonna be waiting for that. Okay, so let's set up these first. This one's already set up. Top is purple. That's important. That's very important. So we want the top. So the bottom needs to be purple on this one. So in this one, it's left is input, right is output. So left is input, right is output. Bottom is purple already. Look at that. That's actually perfectly set up. This one, the top needs to be purple. Input, output is fine. This one, the bottom needs to be purple, and it's already set up. And this one, the top needs to be purple, not the bottom. So it's going to pull in that purple, you know, the infuse item right here from the top, and then the bottom, and the top, and the bottom, blah, blah, blah. And it'll work out. Trust me, it'll work out. Are you done yet, sir? 10 more left. So the crafting card, we're going to want export buses, and it's done. So let's get like 10 of these if we can. Okay, and we're going to want crafting cards. I want at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these. Crafting card. And we're going to need some, we don't really need acceleration cards per se. We need some interfaces though. We need at least 4 of these. Okay, because we already have one down here, and we need some import buses. And we need like 4 of these. These probably can get some acceleration cards. So let's craft up if we can. See, we're using our processors ever so slowly. We're sort of bleeding processors, and this whole system was supposed to get us close to automating all the things that we need for more processors. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Export bus. So 1 there, 1 there, 1 there, 1 there, and 1 there. All right, so that is the infusers ready to go. And the crafting cards, incidentally, are for the compressed items. So I want 1 of these, 1 of these, 1 of these. And there's one that we're missing, and that is the obsidian one. And we will get into that shortly. So we want this one to be the compressed carbon, and this one to be compressed carbon. This one can be redstone. This one will be diamond. The bottom one will be the obsidian when we finally come up to it. So up here, we want a crafting card in here. What this does is it basically says, hey, I want to export this. If we don't have any of these, I want to actually start crafting them. So it will start crafting them as needed, which fires this guy up. As you can see, it will, there it is again. Now, the caveat to that is it actually fires up a craft for that. So I want to, let's actually craft a bunch of these. Come on, craft. Gimme, 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 gimme. Why can't I craft? Come on, I need to catch it. Oh, then I caught it and it... Ah! Of course. Craft 64 next. Oh. Really? Craft 64 next. There it is, I got it. So, it's dumping a whole bunch of coal in here now, and it's starting to process it. Of course, it's super duper slow, but, you know, that's kind of goes with the territory. It shouldn't take much. Yeah, see, this carbon is almost full, I think. It's hard to tell because it's carbon, and it's like the same color as the background. So the redstone is obvious. That's easy to see. The carbon, not so much. So I think, yeah, that's full because it's starting to put it down here. So it gives you, instead of 10, that compressed carbon gives you 80. So if we put another one of these, 160. So it doesn't take much to fill it up. So that's pretty nice. So we want another card in here. And then we want one down here. And then we want one in here. And then, well, there's nothing in this one right now. But we have a little bit of pulverized obsidian that we can then infuse into that system. So obsidian, I don't want like a tremendous amount of this because this is not cheap. So infusing obsidian with diamond gives you a like enriched obsidian, which is actually a pretty good material. Where is it? There it is. Refined obsidian. This stuff is like the top tier mechanism material. So it takes a hefty amount of work to get up to it. But once you're there, it goes pretty well. So I want to actually start upgrading some of these mechanism machines because they are really slowing me down. P-R-E. So I want to get some. Can I get like? These don't stack either. So I'm going to grab a basic upgrade. Yoink. Now there's 3 spots. Turn auto sort on and bingo. You're now crafting 3 things at once, which is so awesome. So yeah, pretty much all these mechanism machines can be upgraded. Granted, it's gonna give you a little bit more power drain as you upgrade stuff, but it should go quite a long ways in helping you out with speed. So that's really handy. I'm also gonna upgrade this. And we're going to turn auto sort on this one too. So yeah, all of these in elite tier. So this is just the basic. There's 3. All the way up to the elite tier, you have 7 stacks that it processes all at once. 7 stacks at once for all these machines. And when we get the smelteries up, same thing with those. So as we get, you know, our machines upgraded, just be aware that it's going to start to draw some power. So this one here is drawing, I don't actually know, there it is, 210 RF per tick, whereas this one is 70 RF per tick. So yeah, this one is taking 3 times the power than this one. Well, it's processing 3 times the items, so that makes sense. And as we upgrade the speed, this will actually get, you know, making this elite tier, maximum upgrades, makes this, I think, of like 4,000 RF per tick. It's a substantial amount of power. Be very, very careful with how you handle that. As you can see, the compressed carbon is now building up. It'll put like 64 on each of those. So it's being pushed in here, because it's crafting them one at a time. So it's crafting a little bit of redstone, and it's crafting up some diamond, and etc., etc. I would like to have caught. Did I put some obsidian in there? Let me grab. I'm gonna grab like a half a stack of this and see if I can't put this in because I need that crafted item, compressed obsidian, in order to finish off the craft here. So we have obsidian to compressed obsidian. And again, I need another pattern. Oh yeah, here, pattern. And then we should be able to see this. And as you upgrade these, they go to factory. I don't know why. I really don't know why, but every one of your mechanism machines will turn into factory. So it's kind of confusing. But just be aware of that. Your factory list will be, you know, very long. And that's all your different mechanism machines once they're upgraded. Kind of confusing. I wish it didn't do that. But what can I do? So it's slowly working on maxing these out. And it's doing like one at a time, which is annoying. It's really annoying. So yeah, that is a problem. So now that we have the compressed obsidian, I want to output that into this system here. So I want to output into here, obsidian, and I want to give you a crafting card. Twink. So now we have the ability to process stuff with everything in mechanism. So we have carbon, redstone, diamond, and now refined obsidian is all able to get processed. So the whole thing is ready to go now. I need another crafting CPU, and I'm missing Certus Quartz. And let's see, how do I get Certus Quartz dust? Well, I think pulverizer will probably be better at this. So if I can sneak in to get a pattern or two. Yeah, see, we need Certus Quartz. We need that Certus Quartz dust. So let me go over to the pulverizer and pop that in over here. So I think that was basically one Certus Quartz gives us 2 Certus Quartz dust in a system like that. So let's go put this in the pulverizer. We don't actually have to walk very far to do that. Pulverizer. Boink. There we go. Now we have Certus Quartz dust able to be crafted. Now, what is it going to take to get into making one of these? We actually have everything that we need. So let's try to get this in here. Part of me wants to take out those crafting cards. Ah, there we go. I managed to grab it. And let's look at this recipe as it's processing. You can see it's able to craft a couple things at a time, but it's not too fast because we've only got one assembler up there. But now we've got, look at that, another processor. And this we can slap right there, and look at that. We now can craft 2 things at once. So if we look at this, oh, look at that. It's crafting that, and it's crafting that. So we're able to craft 2 things now all at the same time. And that is glorious. And it's doing like 1 at a time. And I think it's doing 1 at a time because I don't know why. Honestly, I don't know why it's using 1 at a time. I wish it didn't. But we can always just craft up a bunch of stuff and go with it as we add more CPUs. So the plan is to basically build these out and add a bunch of CPUs into this. So we're going to have a bunch of smaller CPUs, basically one 64K with a bunch of coprocessors, have like 6 or 7 of those, and then have one gigantic processor or a CPU for the giant jobs, like the monster big jobs that are gonna be inevitable. Okay, so I've got some extra export buses. That's good, and we are now auto crafting and auto filling all of these things. And let's grab. I want to grab like redstone. I'll grab a stack of that. Pulverized obsidian. Diamond. Ooh, yeah, look at diamonds. Yikes. We need to start processing diamonds here, folks. What is going on here? I'm gonna grab this diamond. You're gonna get diamonds. Because we need to start processing diamonds big time. That is a thing that needs to be done. Because, yeah, our ores, as we've been processing all of this, we'll look at pulverized stuff. Iron's been going up. Charcoal is actually... Let's see. Charcoal. Yeah, we don't have very much charcoal. We need to go over to our wood farm and grab some charcoal. Dump it into the system. Just so we have it. For reasons. There's an important craft that uses it, so want to have a little bit on hand. And if we go any harder, I think we would run into power problems. If I did any more upgrades, because we only have 8 engines over there. We have a lot of stuff. We have 8 of these things going right now. So if I upgraded all of these, they would all be using 210 RF, and we might run into problems. So here's some redstone. Here's some. Oh, let's turn sorting off, and you're gonna get that. And you're gonna get that. And you're gonna go. Oh, I don't. It's not pulverized obsidian that I need. It's the enriched obsidian. Yeah, compressed obsidian. Ooh, did I not set that? I didn't set that recipe up. This recipe here. So, let's set that up. Can I do some patterns? Please let me. Yes. Thank you. So, obsidian, pulverized obsidian, to enriched obsidian. How am I? Yeah, see, I am. What's this? Compressed obsidian crafting. I'm not actually crafting. Where is that located? That recipe. Ah, yes, up there it is. But I don't have the refined obsidian recipe done. So let's get some obsidian. Not much. A little bit. And put that in the diamond processor. Go over here. See if this pops in. It might immediately export to create this compressed obsidian. Nope. I'm going to grab it. So this is a processing. So obsidian to refined obsidian. This goes into here. That is how we make the refined obsidian, which then gets processed up here and then delivered down here. Yay. That works great. All right. Well, that is probably one of the hardest parts of Mechanism, is getting all of that stuff automated and working. And pretty much optimized, because now we've got a good amount going in, and we've got all of the bases covered as far as materials go. It's just not very fast at this point, and that's something easily fixable. So right now, not very fast, but will soon be much, much faster. And I think if we look at our processors, yeah, we've got some issues with processors. So we're going to want to really jump headfirst into getting stuff going. So I'm going to let this run for a while, get all filled up, and stop saturating my crafting system with all these little jobs. Because once these machines fill up, it should be fine. And then once all that's done, we're going to have a bunch of this stuff processed. So yeah, just letting the game run for a little while. Shouldn't hurt anything. And yeah, we'll be able to come back and automate the AE processor system fairly easily. And we're going to need a whole lot of those inscribers, because the system that I want to do is huge. Way bigger than most people probably are used to. But that'll have to do it for this episode. And I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.